guys, how are you doing? This session I have entitled Take a Seat, which just means stand on your mat basically, but we are going to do the whole session from sitting. So if you have got a thinner mat or you're on a hard floor and you also want to grab a cushion at any point, just for a little extra padding, the Pilates ball going rolling away, then feel free, or as if on cue, if you need something to lean back against, sometimes a little Pilates ball can be helpful as well. I'm going to pop that down to the side. But we're going to start in just by taking the hands behind us, not sinking in, so pressing the shoulders, or the chest forwards, I should say. We'll come into a little knee roll, side to side. This is almost like a little self-massage of the glutes on the floor, so we're getting everything, hips loosened off. We're going to be working a little bit of everything today. There's some upper body in there, there's obviously abs in there, there's some leg work. In terms of kit, I should have said this as well as a cushion, you're going to need a weight of some kind. I've got my little triangle there, and a resistance band if you've got one. If you haven't got a resistance band, maybe a tea towel, or you could just use your arms, it's fine. Good. Once you've done a few knee rolls back and forth, let's take the knees nice and wide. You can hold on to the ankles, just come into a little rock here. If you want to hinge forwards and bring your elbows into the insides of your knees for a deeper inner thigh stretch, you can, or you might just want to have a little rock through, sitting up nice and tall. Good. And then we're going to take the knees out in front. Really bending the knees, hands to the front of your knees, and we're going to come into a seated cat-cow. So round the shoulders, scoop that belly button back, tuck your chin, and then press into your knees to bring you up to sitting nice and tall. At this point, if you want to take your chin and gaze up to the ceiling, then do. So you're getting that movement through the spine. Beautiful. Good. And then just come in with wide legs and just come into a little press across side to side. So you're bringing your chest down towards your knee. Lovely. Let's do one more each side, because this is one of my nice ones. One and one. Good. And then release, give those shoulders a little roll through. So from here, we're going to come to sitting. We're going to use, I'm not going to use my cushion, we're going to use to begin with our band. So if you've got a band, you're going to take it and bring it into your hands, maybe fold it in half if it's super long. Arms are floating out in front of us, shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. You're going to pull your belly button back. You're going to come down to the point where you feel those abs being in, and then we're going to exhale, bring the arms up overhead. So you've got that little roll back and up. And you know the score here, guys. This could be a small roll back, absolutely fine. Or you might want to come even further back and put my water bottle into a full roll down with a lift at the top. So choose the option that feels right for you. I want you to really be guided by your body here, okay? So think about how those abdominals are feeling. Think about how that lower back is feeling. And make sure that as you reach up, you're really getting those arms all the way in line with the ears. So you're not stopping here. You're coming all the way up so that you've got that big, long extension through the spine. Good. We're going to do two more like this, guys. Let's take it back and up. We all might be going slightly different paces depending on how far you're coming back. So once you've done your two, if you're using a band, you could use this to help hook you in. You're going to come just into a little forwards fold or a little stretch out. If you're not using the band, just walk your hands along your legs to either shins, ankles or toes, and take a stretch here. Good. And release. Bring those knees back in. We're going to take it into our little canoe boat next. So you're going to come in to a paddle, into a paddle. So again, if you're not using the band, you could just do this with the arms. If you are using a band, just pull apart of it so that you've got a bit of tension there. And again, how far you come back is up to you. If you feel you need a bit of support and you do have a Pilates ball, absolutely pop that behind you. Just be mindful that if you're using the Pilates ball, you're still engaging through the abs, okay? So pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, come into your stretch with or without your band. I'm quite tight today, so I'm not coming down particularly low, but it still feels good. Perfect. And release. Up again, roll and reset your shoulders. Next, we're going to come into a bow and arrow. Okay, so we don't need your Pilates ball if you've got one there. If you've got a band, you can hook one, and you're using a long band, hook one thumb into it, and you're going to pull back on the band. So you're extending the band at this point. Or if you've got one of those little loop bands, that works quite well here. It's almost like a slingshot. So you're pulling in. Good. Pulling in. Again, if you haven't got a band, just as we would do our normal bow and arrows. And up to you. You can keep this high once more, just coming into the twist. Or you can drop it back. Or if you want a little bit more, you could add in that alternate heel lift as you pull back. Alternate, opposite is what I mean. Opposite to the elbow that you're pulling back on. Good. Woo! How are we doing? We've got one more each side. 1 and 1. And then one more stretch out like this. Good. And release. Take your hands behind your back again. Step your legs nice and wide. We're going to come into a knee roll, but we're going to hold it here. See if you can kind of keep facing forward. So don't turn your upper body in the direction of the knees. Keep your chest facing forwards. That will give you that really lovely diagonal stretch. Good. And then same on the opposite side. Come across as far as you can. Perfect, back to center. And then you can absolutely keep your hands here as a support. We're going to take one leg out long, flex the foot, and we're going to lift and lower. So we're activating into the quad on that leg. You'll feel it pretty quickly, especially if you flex that foot, yeah? If you want to try and make this a little more challenging, you could take away maybe one hand or maybe both hands, keeping that lean back. Good. Woo. Strong, right? We've got 3, 2, and 1. Release that arm. Again, just come into a little stretch or a little bit of movement here. There's no right or wrong, so just move around as you need to. If you need to, give your wrists a little roll like do. And then we're going to switch sides. So keep the first leg bent, take the other long, flex the foot. We lift and lower. Lift and lower, coming just not quite down to the mat if you can. Option to take away those hands if you want more of a challenge. Good, you've got 3, 2, 1. Bend the foot, bring it back in, and then from here we're going to press up into our reverse bridge. So lift those hips up as high as you can. Option again, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, to add in a little walk out or to walk those legs out further. So easier here with flat feet, more stability. More challenging as you take your legs further away. Keep those hips lifted. 2, 1, bend through and bring it back in. Roll and reset those shoulders. Amazing stuff, guys. So from here, we're going to bring in our weight next, okay? So band is no more. we are switching onto weights. We're going to come into a twist, as always, guys. Same principle as with any of this sitting movement. You only take it back as far as you feel good. So you can absolutely do your twists from sitting up nice and tall. Okay, you can make it more ab intensive by leaning further back. You could also lift up a single foot or both feet up off the floor. I'm not using a particularly heavy weight here. If I was using my normal big heavy kettlebell, I maybe wouldn't go for too many with my feet lifted. I'd be mindful of my lower back. So you do the same. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Stretch it out. Doesn't have to be a forwards fold. If you prefer to take your knees wide and come into a little rock through, you can absolutely do that. Good. And release. How are you doing? How's your bum doing? Remember, you can bring in a cushion at any point you need to if you want a little bit more padding, or you can kind of use your natural padding and literally just move the fleshy parts up a bit, and that does the job just fine. From here, bring your weight into your chest. Take it back to your biting point where you can feel those abs kicking in. We're going to exhale up, inhale down. Good. I told you there was a little bit of everything here. Definitely abs. We've worked into those legs. Now we're working into shoulders and arms as well. Woo. Good guys. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Release the weight. Again, stretch it out. We keep coming back to these stretches in between each one. However you need to. Good. And release. And then bringing the weight back in once more. This time we're just tucking it into our chest. So tuck your elbows in. Try not to keep them wide. Tuck them in. Again, find that biting point. Pull that belly button in, nice and strong through those abs. We're going to come into an alternate heel lift. Abs and legs, abs and legs. Thighs particularly here. Exhale, remember, on the hard part, which is when we take that heel up off the floor. If you've got a lighter weight, you might want to do this with arms extended. You might want to challenge yourself to do it with arms extended. If you've got heavier weight, probably keep it tucked into your chest. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the weight, whatever kind of stretch you want to. I keep going back into this one. Again, we've got 1 more move, guys, with the weight, and then we're going to come into stretches, full-time stretches. So this time you're bringing your weight into your chest. We're going to do a little roll back, just like we did with the band, and then an exhale forward. So just back and forth. Good. If you wanted to take this into a full sit-up, you can, okay? But you absolutely don't have to. You can do small movements here. Everything you'll feel firing up. Good. Woo. Beautiful. Keep those elbows tucked. We've got 3 and 2. Last one for me. Wow, set your weight down. Beautiful stuff. We're going to stay sitting to stretch off. Tuck one leg in, take the other leg long. I want you to reach down along that long leg. Again, shin, ankle or toes, wherever you can. And then exhale, bring this other arm up and over, and you'll get that lovely stretch out through the waist. Good. Release, and then do the same on the other side. So to begin with, just take that arm down. How are you doing? And then exhale, reach up and over. Good. When you're ready, take the leg out long, cross one leg over, and then turn towards the side that you've bent. Bring the elbow to the outside of that knee. Turn, twist. This will feel lovely across the spine, across the back of the shoulders. Really nice one after we've been seated. Just hold this here. Try and relax your shoulders. Good. We'll turn and twist the opposite way. Lovely stuff. And release. Come and sit however you are comfortable, guys. Cross legs or back on your cushion if you want to. Back into this seated cat-cows. And then a little reach up and over. So bring your hand down on one side. Up and over. Oh, so nice. Let's sweep across, do the same on the other side. Good, come back through center, tuck the chin to the chest, relax the shoulders. You're taking it into a little twist. And then exhale, press your wrists away from your body. Palms are taking up to the ceiling. And then release. Guys, I hope you're feeling good. 15 minutes just sitting down with a little bit of nook thrown in. I hope you enjoyed it, gang. I will see you all for the next one. Take care.